Hello and welcome back to Civilization 3. We're going to start the war on the Russians soon, probably this turn, or maybe next turn. We've been waiting quite a while, so I think it's about time we got started on that. This game, Civ 3 games can take quite a long time if you let them drag out. In particular, I found when I first started playing this game, I would usually play on a very large map setting with lots and lots of players, and this would result in very lengthy ordeals. And personally, I don't really want to repeat those kinds of games, both in the games that I play personally and this one for the purpose of this LP. Just because of the amount of time and effort it takes. I remember one custom scenario that I would play quite a bit was a Civilization or a World War II scenario, and that one was quite fun. It had quite a lot of effort put into it. It was quite obvious that the creator put a lot of effort into it. It was a very, very large map. It was I can't remember the exact specification, but it was I believe 220 squares by 220 squares, which is extremely large. It's larger than the largest possible random map by a fair margin. Personally, I haven't played it in a while, but it was quite a lot of fun. There's quite a number of Civilization or World War II scenarios available, created by users. Again, if you want to make use of anything like that, you should check out the Civ Fanatics site. It's www.civfanatics.com. They have lots of goodies there, all the custom content you could possibly want. Lots of strategy guides, lots of information about the game. We're going to research education, since we're a scientific civ. It'll give us access to universities, which are the next stage in the library, which is the next stage of library, sort of, you can think of. They're rather useful to have. They'll increase our research rate by another margin, and they're cheaper for us since we're a scientific civ. But yeah, civfanatics.com is definitely the place to go for that sort of thing. I remember when I used to browse it, I don't really browse it as much anymore, but when I did, the main focus was Civilization 3 at the time. But that was before Civilization 4 came out, and I'm not sure, at least my impression was, it didn't have, its main focus wasn't the older editions. I'm not sure how much of a focus they have on the newest edition, Civ 4, but personally I find Civ 3 somewhat more entertaining. There were a few things I didn't like about Civ 4, I won't get into it, but I think I prefer Civ 3. Also keep in mind though that I'm a bit biased because I had one of the, when I played it I had the earliest versions of the game, which was quite unpatched and had a few problems, mostly with balance, I believe. And it also had a memory leak problem, which meant it was a bit difficult to play. It would start lagging after playing it for about half an hour or so. But I'm sure those have been resolved by now. Anyway, rather than end this turn, I think we're gonna start our attack on the Russians. Since this game's been going on for a bit, I think we can handle anything they decide to throw at us. So we'll start moving our guys out. I really should have actually declared war on them before attacking them directly, but no big deal, really. Oops, I think I pressed enter by accident. Didn't really mean to do that. Suppose that ended my turn. Oh well. no big deal. Don't really want to have to start the recording again, so I'll just keep trudging on with this. Looks like I didn't move out any of the immortals from that city, which is quite unfortunate. I think they all had movement, so that's going to set us back a little bit, but not too big of a deal, at least I hope not. Looks like the Russians completed the Temple of Moscow, or the Temple of Artemis in Moscow, which is good for them, I guess. I didn't really have plans on building that, but I guess we'll capture it from them once we invade them, which is a good thing, I suppose. We'll start moving these immortals out to Yaros. Jeez. Yeah, I'm not going to try to pronounce these the names of the Russian cities. I'm simply not capable of it. I'm sorry. They're a bit too challenging for me. More than I can handle, unfortunately. So you'll just have to do without knowing exactly how they're supposed to be pronounced, because I don't know. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but not much I can do. I might have trouble with the Mayan cities as well, by the looks of things. So hopefully you'll know which city I'm talking about when I'm talking about it, and if not, well, I'm sure you'll get the picture eventually. Maybe too late, but eventually. Anyway, we want to get Heliopolis well developed so it can pump out its Forbidden Palace a bit more quickly. So we have quite a number of workers dedicated to that. Hopefully the Russians won't try to jump through the top here. I don't think they will, but they might. You know, computer players are tricky that way. They like to attack in the most opportune places, which is usually bad for us, but again, I'm sure it's nothing we can't handle. Looks like their best military unit might be the medieval infantry, which is pretty much the equivalent of our immortals, except more expensive. So they're going to be quite a pain. As you can see, they killed that one immortal that was standing there. They're a fair deal more powerful than, the archers we were facing earlier. So they're definitely going to give us some trouble by comparison to what we had to fight before. But hopefully we'll be able to take care of them. I really should have attacked with more units when I planned on taking the city. I don't think this one knight is going to succeed on his own. Oh, no, he did. Lucky him. We captured the city, and we'll fortify it with this pikeman, who should be more than enough to protect it. I'll move that worker up. I think I'm going to start automating our workers as well, because it takes quite a while to manage them all, and I don't really want to spend too much time doing that, since it's a bit tedious. So rather than micromanage each and every one of them from now on, I think I'll set a number of them to automate, which means they'll go around and do things on their own, or rather automate without changing, so they don't change anything I've done already. This should make it a bit easier to, or at least make the game go by a bit quicker, without really damaging our efficiency too much. It will damage it a bit, since it obviously would be better if I did everything personally, but I don't really want to have to do that at this point. It's a bit, well, it's not really late in the game, but it's a bit late to be worrying about every little detail in that sense, so I'm just not going to. Especially the captured workers, who are a lot less productive, and who we're going to have quite a few of. We'll probably set those to automate as well, or at least all of the captured workers, since they're not really good enough at what they do to warrant micromanaging each and every